Then it's just a brief of how you made it.
Bunny?
Tell us about your process. So we see the visit.
So 2018, that's when I learned. That's when I learned to So basically, what I use different ingredients because we didn't come and manufacture ingredients. That's what we use to talk. So yeah, the process started when we were finding talk.
It's fine. I will bring back in.
Okay, thanks a lot.
How difficult was it for you to get the equipment? Oh, okay.
The reason why Nike is not traditional is because of Rona, that's the way they don't wear full tradition if you even went to Kokomeng. Okay. So that's only when I go to Kokomeng. I was supposed to go last year, but because of COVID and whatnot, they moved last year, we say why moved, the next day why moved. So up until
all right. Thanks.
Yeah. So what I didn't get is the ingredients. The ingredients that the guy used was Mabele, fufu, limits, and
That's how you make it. That's how you make it.
that's what do you the ingredients?
You wanted to know the
It's
ingredients.
just that. It's purely that.
Just the
I know the ingredients. That's why I emphasize on what ingredients. Maybe there's something
extra like this one. Yeah, but
There's one that the guys from the Meru tribe, they make it's called mutukulu. And they use millet as well.
Whose presentation?
Yes. So the introduction ubani uyakuthi a bit about Kobo Trakwenza kanjani, any special ingredients or any secrets that you want to share.
Okay. My name is Nozi Pontungila. I'm a dance maiden. I was born in KZN and then I grew up here in Soweto, South, but now I stay in Costa Rica. So this is Mkomboti original flavor. I didn't use any flavors. And I used umtombo to prepare and to brew my Mkomboti. And then I used beer powder just to give it that smoothness and creaminess. Really good texture, not too thick, but not too liquid.
But how old are you? Sorry, no, was that more question?
Relax, no support.
You can tell us your age again?
I'm 34 years old.
Is the first time?
No. I've been growing since 2014.
When's the
Oh, so you've been brewing for some time?
No,
Okay.
for a kind.
Okay, tell me Karela from Uganda.
Towards the end, right?
Yes, to I
I like the chicken correctly because they're working in the one of the things that we
Thank you. Did you get leave me?
Yeah, I don't. Any questions?
Any questions? Yeah. Sabangano zipo.
also I think
What's that flavor? There's another weird but yeast.
Something weird.
there's something very weird.
No, it's off. Eco shop.
Where is
Yeah, same Shagelo. It's heading there. I think so. Actually. But the taste is
but
like
you know
it's
it's all the better. I can't know. Oh yes.
yeah, over ferment. Yeah.
But this one says actually a fermenter.
It's still familiar.
It's still fermented and there is no sourness in it. So there's something offish about the
I think what
Even after the competition, we fell out the storage, just for our own sake.
24 hours. And then
Porridge
you would
24
would
hours.
have
It's
made
today,
it fermented
tomorrow,
more,
then it's great. Yeah. But I think my thinking is maybe beer powder. When we uyenze inkombothi earlier, and then wapelela in process you ferment. Then maka add a beer powder. That's where the beer powder, if you say, ferment.
Okay.
Everyone that is here today. So my name is Sifiso Moyo. That's my surname. I'm the co-founder of the Porkshop Lifestyle and the Porkshop Concept.
Thank you kindly, Sifiso. So I'm gonna I'm Shane. My name is Kachi. I'm from Kachera in full. And I am basically a beer champion because I love me a good brew. I'm also a lover and promoter of intra-African travel. So today I'm going to be your MC. Thank you so much, Fisa, for welcoming us. Thank you for having us. And coming up now, we are going to have an African culinary storytelling. And I know at the table right at the back, when I walked in, I was so excited because I saw some Kapenta. Oh, yum! So Kapenta is like tiny little fishes. They are absolutely delicious, and you want to eat them with pap. Okay, so we call it pap in South Africa, sadza. In Zim, I'm right? Uncle Norman, it's sadza, right? Yes, it's sadza. It's ugali in East Africa. There's certain things you're gonna learn about African food. The one thing that I have come to learn about African food is the fact that Amakwinya are African. It doesn't matter, you go to Sudan, you find yourself in the Gambia, you go to Sierra Leone, you go to Gabon, wherever you go, at a bus station, like Park Station, you are going to find Amakwinya. And you only find them for breakfast. So once breakfast is over, around 10 a.m., nobody's selling magwinya anymore. That ship has sailed. So you are late. So that's time for you to be looking for lunch. So for African culinary storytelling, I'll be calling us Eunice Rakele Mulife. And I hope I pronounced your name correctly. Umam Eunice.
I've ended this. Thank you, Sfiso, for inviting us. Today, I won't be doing storytelling. We're going to arrange with Sfiso a date where we'll do storytelling. I just thought I must come and introduce myself first before we come together. Siponde kala. Namhlanje ilanga lokubonda, but I want you to know me a little bit and what I'm doing and why I do what I am doing. So I'm from Letsane, Soweto. So umntana seSoweto. Ke mo hae. And I'm 65 and it's ekhaya. Yeah. So the reason why I wrote the book was when I was planning to retire from the restaurant business, I was running a restaurant in Sandton, Nasefoways, and when I was planning to retire, I thought, let me just write a pictorial book for the grandchildren. It was in 2010. I didn't even have grandchildren then, but I had this vision that, I did such a wonderful job. The day my grandchildren come, how will they know about this? And I'm feeling good about myself. And then I said, okay, let me just put together a pictorial book. And whilst I was doing that, I said, because I'm going to talk about meat, the main ingredient, which is meat. They said the chisanyama lapa if we said design quarter. So I wanted inyama to be the showcase. I need a butcher. I need a butcher. Finally, I have a picture of a butcher. And when I looked in the internet and I researched, I looked for photographers and all that, there was no butcher that I could identify with. The butchers that I knew from Dube, from Dobsonville, none of those pictures were there. All the pictures that were there were poorly reflecting of what our meat ingredient is all about. And I got very upset about that. And then I thought, you know, this is sad that they are butchers, but they are not recorded. Then I embarked on a journey to say, okay, if I don't do anything about this, I'll keep on being angry and blaming other people. And then I said, okay, I'm going to hire a photographer and just do the pictorial thing. I said, okay. Then when I wanted to learn about other ingredients, every story, believe you me, even the story of Papa was told by other nationalities. Then I became angry. And that's when now I decided, okay, let me put away the pictorial book and do the research. And I went home to Melezani and stayed with my mother and did the research for 1 year. When I have written about Ikhemera, it must be authenticated. And in the book I do mention, and this is what we did, and all the recipes, they were authenticated by my mother. But I didn't want home cooks only. I collected the whole stories of other chefs as well. And this process, without me realizing it, took 9 years. So by the time in 9 years, sang 60,000 words. And then now it can be a pictorial book. That is why now it is a storytelling book. So as I was talking to the chefs, I was talking to my mom, I started, collecting stories. And these stories were forced upon me. Because the chefs, we would do the tasting and then they say, Eunice, let me tell you about this. And all the chefs did that. And I felt that I must incorporate in the book. The other thing, the purpose of the book as well, is to make sure that we read dijo tsa rona tsa setho di be fashionable. And ha ke re dijo tsa rona tsa setho ne ke bua le Nadia earlier on ke re, Nadia, my mission now is to make sure that we differentiate between indigenous ingredients, le traditional ingredients, because the indigenous ingredients ke tsona tse re etsang who we are, ke tsona tse tla re etsetsang tšhelete. Ho rekisa dinawa, ho rekisa maotwana, ho rekisa mopani worms, ho rekisa kapenta. That's what going to make money for me. That's what going to attract the tourists to come into their country, and they'll be interested in all of this. So then I started, making sure that those ingredients are highlighted there. But my mission as well is also to do pairing of our drinks, traditional drinks. I talk Mbalu Kataba, Wila Holo, Kamkomboti. I did well, Mbalu Kalian. So Kiwile Kamkomboti a lot. And Leona was authenticated. So without saying a lot really, I just want to say na my mission ki hore ribueng ka indigenous ingredients, communal eating. How na dinner for one African cuisine. Normal, when we are teenagers, we will date with other teenagers. It is always communal. So that's the first definition. The second definition, divided the regions. Certain regions baja fish, certain baja nama. And then the commonalities, Papa, as our MC was saying. And then finally, African cuisine is defined by indigenous ingredients. And you must look for it. How much are it? No, this is African cuisine. Oh, okay. Ingredient so that, but we are passionate about our food. And then, so thank you for this opportunity, Sfiso. The next time we arrange a list, Sfiso, it's a storytelling. I'll be dressed up, check a Sfiso, kill smart. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Mama. You know, Mama, when you speak of writing your book and what inspired you to write your book, I related a lot to that. Because when I left corporate because I wanted to travel. However, I couldn't travel because I related to nothing and I couldn't afford it. And everything just sounded so fancy and so expensive around Africa. And I realized, and this is one of my top stories that I always tell, the Maasai people of Kenya. And I went to the Maasai Mara, and when I got to the Maasai Mara, I realized Uguti, everything had been written from a white perspective. I couldn't relate to it. However, when I got to the Maasai village and I met the chief and I met the locals, I realized everything that they were doing, I could relate to it. Because it connected to what my great-grandmother in Venda used to do. And the one thing that I've come to learn is that we have to be active in telling our African stories. Because if we let other people come and interview us to tell our stories. So in no particular order, I'm going to give you the top 3. This is our top 3. Wow. Okay, my notes don't even make sense to me. So the top 3 in no particular order is Sis Tembindlovu. Yes, we're not getting you make delicious and and then we have Usis Lindy with Zamini. Look at you! I mean, your whole outfit matches the Chibuku apron. You were meant to be, man. And then lastly, we have Usbusisa Skosana.
When I drop song about some blue. How chama.
Okay, if you look behind you, there's white packages. Those white packages belong to you guys. And those are specially sponsored by Zyle Clothing. These are awesome prices. So coming up, I'm going to ask Mam Eunice to speak and tell us more about how the judge.
It's only check your how.
But Mama already benefit.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm a relative already. He is a well-deserving winner. In any business that we do, we want to create an ecosystem so that whatever product we are creating, other people must benefit. Usbusiso presented well. When the presentation, a proper presentation, you must take her through the processes. Usbusiso used the equipment. One of the things that we create an industry, the things that we use to brew, to all these things, the equipment that is about brewery. We are creating an industry for these people. Usbusiso used the correct equipment. Not that it's Harrison Iona, it doesn't mean Harry create. I mean, for other businesses, people who are going to benefit through Usbusiso. Usbusiso, when there's something is smoking, I can read it as Africans. One of the things that is very uniquely in terms of the ingredients are smoke. Usbusiso, opile kofati. And because of that, Uchwala was smoky. We don't need fancy equipment. He took us back. Was smoker. And Usbusiso, I'm very proud of you. I want to be better. The equipment was bought by your grandmother. I'm a grandmother. I don't have that equipment. Because of you, ngizoyenza sure ukuthi lezo zinto ngizozifuna zibe khona. And you are a deserving winner. And well done.
Thank you, Siso. Thank you so much. Congratulations, Musiso Skosana. You are our Mqombothi king.
To acknowledge and really appreciate what they I think everyone in this room are here. It's one of those things I wish everyone could win. If being the mile, I'll just give you
And from me, this is how I'm gonna sign up. We're gonna sign out. Our event is done. I had such a lovely Sunday with you guys. Is this for me? Ay, 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 I love lovely things. Thank you so much. So I'm gonna celebrate South African cultural heritage. Oh, I love this. A book will never be a bad idea as a gift.